Paul. Welcome to SellerSprite, and it's very good weather in Shenzhen. How are you today? How is
Yeah,
you
very
doing?
good, very good. It's a very good place.
Yeah, guys, we are recording this podcast from the Shenzhen, which is the main hub for e-commerce sellers and the technology innovation for everything. We live in Shenzhen, and Paul is also living in Shenzhen, have been doing business from
Yeah,
here. Let's ask for him and what he is doing and what kind of business he do.
yeah. I've been living here for more than 20 years, and I have my business starting from 2006, almost 20 years in supply chain management. So everything
Okay.
we do is about sourcing, quality management, engineering, and project management. To be very simple, we are the eyes and ears of our customers that want to source a product or want to build the product in China, uh, to be the boots on the ground.
Okay. So Paul lived here more than 20 years, so it means he has seen everything happen in Shenzhen, right?
Oh,
How?
absolutely. When I was here the first time, that you don't really see even this park. There are no such buildings here at all. Yeah.
Okay, guys, before we also talked with Paul several times, he explained his business model. So if you work with him, just you forget everything related China, he will do everything related with the product and the designing, also molding, finding new suppliers, validate everything related with China, he will do. You just need to focus on Amazon or as a marketing site in USA or whatever the country you are selling. Paul, could you say how, for example, how you approach to product designing? Because nowadays people are more interested about the product designing. What kind of checklist you are go over when you design new product or iterate normal product?
I'll put it in a simple but very comprehensive way.
Okay.
When we talk about the product designing and the verification process, a lot of people in the Western world, you see a lot of examples from Kickstarter or Indiegogo. Many young guys, they have great ideas, and they raised millions of dollars, and they dream to be like a billionaire tomorrow morning when they wake up, right?
Yeah.
But there's a huge gap from ideation to the supply chain and how to create the product and how to mass produce a product. That being said, at the product development stage, you get to review and to verify if your idea is feasible, right? Uh, and during this process, this is obviously not a single person job. It will concern about the mechanical engineering. It will relate to the molding, the mass production, the quality management, even the sales and marketing. So that's supposed to be reviewed. It's called the product design review by a whole team.
Okay.
And there's a lot of back and forth for the whole process.
Yeah. You need to iterate, you need to change, or you
Yeah.
need to validate all these steps.
Yeah, and that's just the beginning, right? And you still have to make sure that the product can be certified and go through a certain test, and it comply with the regulations and laws of the destination countries and destination market, right?
Yeah, it's actually my next question. Could you help our audience or people who needs about the product documentations and the documentations in China or destination country as well?
Yeah, that's a very good question. You got to really understand the requirement of each different country or area. For example, if you ship product from China to Europe, you got to understand there are a lot of laws for the security of the product, for the environmental protection. For example, you sell product to Germany or to Austria, you're supposed to have the CE or ROS or REACH certification,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
and you got to make sure that the production process and the quality control process comply with the regulations.
Yeah, exactly. So guys, if you need this kind of documentation related to the product, Paul could help you to get right documentation.
We are here in Shenzhen Bay, a very iconic city in China, where it embraces the largest export of the country, and they have the largest number of cross-border e-commerce sellers based in this city.
Yeah, it's really beautiful day, beautiful view. We just changed our background, and it's amazing place, amazing park. And I have one more question to Paul. Paul, how you can help your customers or our audience to prevent quality problem for their product? Because you know the quality is one of the biggest issue. If you send a bad quality product to USA or other country, then you cannot solve that big problem. How you could help for that?
Yeah, first of all, I really would like to just extend your question a little bit. It's a very common phenomenon when people buy product from China or a different country because of the easy access to new technologies on WhatsApp or emails or whatever. People just click on a button on Alibaba, global
And order,
services, yeah,
receive
then
product,
make
and
the payment, and receive the shipment, but with a big surprise, right?
yes, yeah.
And that's going to be a disaster if something happens. Imagine you are a client from the United States, right?
Yeah.
You buy maybe $500,000 product, you have 20% of them are defect, then you got to pay another 25% of the import tax to Joe Biden, right?
Yeah.
Congratulations, then your business is all gone. So how to avoid this problem? You just need to have some simple logic for any business, for any, not only about supply chain. What if you just do a quality check before shipping, right? At least you know you got something which is not what you want.
Yeah, exactly. It's terrible. It would be terrible result.
And sometimes it could be just a wrong function, or it's just a wrong label which you cannot scan when you bring the goods to your warehouse, and you got to have maybe 10 or 20 people just to sort the box out, right?
Yeah.
Then when we talk about the control of product quality, it's not only about just doing an inspection. Because
Okay.
I come up with a lot of customers. They ask you, hey, I hired you to do a quality inspection. Can you guarantee the quality is good or not?
Okay.
Right? So what's your answer?
Just it's not only quality. You need to check many things, right? And labels and the size, etc.
That's
you
about
know
the
better.
inspection of the quality.
Okay.
That's part of the what we call it the quality insurance process.
Okay.
Right? It's just part of them. And for example, you buy like a tape.
Okay.
If you just do a quality check before shipping, and what if there is something changes during the transportation? When you put the container in the ocean, right, 70 centigrade for 30 days, right? And it changed. When it arrives there,
melting.
Yeah, it's melted, right? The problem is that you got to not only to inspect the product before shipping, as I said, that's just part of the job, but also have to verify the supplier. To make sure they have the ability, they have the right equipment, and they have the product certified even before producing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. That's my next question.
Yeah.
Many people connect via Alibaba to suppliers, and they say they are manufacturer or they have all the documents, but I live in China. I know this topic is a little bit different. How you can help the customers to validate this is actual manufacturer and has all the rights, documentation, a kind of supplier validation. How you can help the customer to do it?
I just would like to make it in a simple way. What you're asking, there are two parts of the work. One is to validate whether or not the supplier is legitimate, right?
Okay, yeah.
For that part, you simply need to check the corporate license, the bank account, the physical addresses, and the other documentations relating to their business.
Yeah,
and you can easily find out whether or not they are a real manufacturer.
Yes.
Number two is more relating to the quality process and quality management. And to that point, you really have to go and to check out the facilities, the equipment, the quality management process, the documentations, and even the professionalism of the people to
Yes.
understand if the organization is reliable and is suitable for your business.
Yeah, that's in long term. It should be definitely in the beginning, because if you start from the beginning to find the right manufacturing, right producer, it would be good, because we are not sending 100 or 1,000, 2,000 units of product once. You are gonna work supplier maybe 5 years, 10 years. Even I know some people have been working over 10 years with same suppliers. Guys, recently we attended in Canton Fair, which happened in Guangzhou. It has been happening actually since 1957, over the years, every year twice. And it's very good to find some the suppliers in same place and many. So I'm gonna ask next question to Paul. How do you think about the trade shows and the exhibitions? How it could be helpful for customer to find a product and to find the suppliers? What's your opinion about that one?
Canton Fair obviously is a most iconic one of the industry. It's an ocean of all kinds of product, right?
Yeah.
It could take you, a few weeks to stay there, and sometimes if you're from different country, you may not be familiar with how the fair is organized and the language issues. But nevertheless, it's a very good place, and there are huge opportunity for a lot of international buyers, particularly for the e-commerce companies when they don't really have a long-term experience in product purchasing or development. Because over there, you can really see everything. It's a huge version of Walmart or Target, or even much bigger than that. It covers from the consumer electronics to the home appliance to the manufacturing equipment to the machineries, food, and it's almost everything. However, I do have a suggestion for the non-newbies, because I call it a Canton Fair for a newbie.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Even if you can find a lot of exhibitors and the manufacturers or traders over there for all kinds of product, right? Then if you really have more in-depth knowledge, you got to look for a more professional trade fairs, because for almost every single category, you can find another one or few trade fairs in different cities across the country. There are trade fairs in China almost every week in different cities, because China is the biggest manufacturing hub of the whole world, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We have a saying that when you come to China, you want to look into the history of 5,000 years, you go to Xi'an.
Oh.
Yeah, you want to learn about the 500 years history, you're supposed to visit Beijing. But when you want to get to know the business and the history about China for the latest 50 years, and here is the place to come.
Come
Shenzhen.
to Shenzhen.
Yeah.
Come to Guangdong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome.
To visit here. And it's really important, guys. Recently I also attended Canton Fair. You need to highlight which section, which product you are looking for, because there are hundreds of thousands of products and all of them are appealing. Just grab your attention. You don't know, you need to look this one or another product or next one, but it's very, very really important you make a decision. I'm gonna check this kind of products, then it would be very, very efficient and helpful. My next question to Paul is that nowadays there is a little bit trend to move the supply chain to Vietnam or India or Turkey, to other countries. What's his opinion? Let's listen Paul and what he thinks about that, and how it is going to change in next coming 5 years or maybe long term. What's your opinion about that, Paul? What do you think?
Yeah, that's a very good question. First of all, I want to introduce you guys that I created a few LinkedIn groups, which are the largest one about the industry. You can search China sourcing or China manufacturing. We have over 30,000 members worldwide. If you search Vietnam sourcing or Vietnam manufacturing, there are more than 7,000 members already.
Okay, oh, it's pretty good.
Then we have the Indian sourcing group as well, Indian manufacturing, which is something about the 8,000 members. It's also #1 if you search on LinkedIn. I'm not here to talk about the social media management, but I want to explain why I created the group, because this answer relates to the question that you are asking.
Okay.
If you look into the whole global supply chain and manufacturing involvement before and after the Second World War, it goes from Europe to America, then to Japan, then next to South Korea, Taiwan,
Hong Kong.
Singapore, Hong Kong, and now it's in the mainland China,
Yeah.
and it's going to be in Vietnam or in other countries like Mexico or Turkey, right?
Yeah.
The reason is this is how manufacturing business work. The labor extensive, the low cost production will sooner or later move from one country to another,
yeah.
to the labor extensive countries, basically. That's why I created these social media groups many years ago, more than 10 years ago, because I saw what's going to be happening. Right?
Okay.
Coming back to your question about the moving of the supply chain and manufacturing business from China outside of the country, actually there are two different scenarios. One is obviously there are many lower-end manufacturers going to Vietnam, Mexico, not only because of the rule of the business, but also nowadays with more geopolitical tensions. Mexico is a typical example. I didn't create Mexico sourcing or manufacturing because that was not within my expectation, right?
Okay.
But then all in a sudden, see over the past 3 or 4 years, because of the geopolitics, Mexico become a very hot hub for manufacturing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Then the other scenario is the manufacturing facilities moving from the central cities in China to the inner part of the country because of the highly advanced infrastructure, the high-speed rails, and the freeways, the airport, etc. And also the labor cost and the land cost in these inner cities of China is much
cheaper than coastal cities.
Than
definitely.
the coastal and central cities.
Yeah. And do you have any expectations about Turkey or other countries? Is it going to be increasing for manufacturing, or what's your opinion?
Absolutely. I think things are already happening. As I said, even if there is no trade war, this is going to happen anyways. But it's not going to happen. I mean, to build really something as large scale as China. None of the countries so far in the world will have the same scale as China in terms of population, the consumer market, the huge infrastructure. And also, when you talk about manufacturing, it's not just about one factory to produce a product, right?
Yes,
you also have to consider hundreds or even thousands of components. What about these suppliers and their sub-suppliers? They have to coordinate all together to make it efficient enough, right?
Yeah, exactly. Before, guys, I also tried different products from Turkey and even India. It's very difficult. Even those products are easy sourceable product in those countries, but it's really very difficult. The price was higher. Because, for example, in China, we can produce maybe 10 box, like 10 small box with your logo, with your design, everything in 1 or 2 days. It's no problem. But I remember in Turkey, if you go to source this kind of box, they say either you should order 1,000 units or the price is like maybe 10 times expensive. If you want to
Yeah.
buy just a single 50 units, it's gonna be 10 times expensive than you buy 1,000. So so far China is the best place to source a product, because if you want to find one product, you can find maybe 20, 30, even maybe 100 suppliers for same product, and they have similar design and a similar quality, no problem. But those countries maybe a little supplier, maybe one or two or three, even
Yeah,
maybe you will
it's
not
more
find.
about the whole ecosystem of the supply chain.
Yes, yes,
And
yeah.
imagine if you have one factory in Turkey or in India or wherever, and you got your machine broken. You need to find the screw, and you have to wait for a month to get that screw, right?
Yes, yeah, yeah. Even it's Paul touched very good point. I remember in 2021 we were selling the bamboo pillow, the factory from Turkey to Amazon USA, and sometimes we wanna order new product, and they say no, 1 month had booked already. We need to order after 1 month, and it means they can produce the product after 2 months, and 1 month the road take to deliver product to Amazon. So it means 3 months advance we need to produce new product. And it's pretty long.
That's going
But
to
the
be a very huge cash flow problem.
cash flow problem, you need to pay and then wait to product deliver, and you need to additional wait to sell that product on Amazon,
Yeah.
and then wait additional 15 days to receive the payment from Amazon. But in China, most probably you can order product and get in maybe 1 week or maybe 1 month, and this
Imagine
ranges.
when you are sourcing from other countries, you put $1 million on the table, and you just do one business within 6 months. And here in China, you do 6 times, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right? You can get only 20% profit. You can still run the business in a very good way.
Exactly, exactly. In China, everything is how to make things faster, faster, quicker, quicker, save the time. Even the payment, we just approach our phone, payment done, maybe on the half second.
Yeah, here we're in Shenzhen, which is a very good place when you talk about the efficiency. In China, there is a word typically called the Shenzhen speed.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
that's right behind us. That building was built, I think, within 1 year
Yeah.
only, for a height of more than 500 meters.
Yeah, exactly. It's You can see this kind of the building and the metro stations very quickly. Very quickly, you can see new construction. Lastly, let's ask to Paul. Could you mention about your website and your LinkedIn profile names, and how customers can reach out to you to discuss this business when they need for your
Yeah,
help?
sure. Yeah, my website is www.victorgroup.com. And you can also search Paul Weedman on LinkedIn to get my profile.
Guys, we are gonna put the website on the description. You can check out there, and we are gonna add all LinkedIn links on the description. You can easily just click one click away from joining the group or reaching out to Paul. How the customer, can they write you email?
Yeah,
Also
whatever. They can send me
email.
a LinkedIn message by email or WhatsApp, phone calls.
Okay, guys, everything you can reach out to Paul nowadays. It's
Yeah,
very
and
easy.
personally, I travel around the world every year. I probably have 2 or 3 months or even more time traveling different countries, so we can meet in your own country for a coffee or for a beer.
Okay, sure. If you wanna meet with Paul, maybe about a business discussion, it would be very helpful. You don't need to work, but you can sit down and discuss some business. I was very happy to meet with Paul. We met several times and exchange our ideas. Please, guys, if you find the Paul, reach out and sit down to talk any business issue. Anything else you wanna add?
The only thing is, it's time to come to China again. I know there are a lot of openings for the visa for many different countries nowadays, and Shenzhen is definitely the right place for business.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
if you are looking for product or you have any problems or questions regarding business, welcome to approach me.
Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Welcome to Shenzhen. Welcome to Guangdong. If you are around, let's meet up. We can sit down, drink a coffee, and say hello, discuss about the business. Thank you for watching. See you on next videos.
Okay,
Bye bye.
see you, bye.
Bye bye.